Good morning. Y'all aren't even up yet, are you? You can watch it later. I feel like all you in Georgia are up this morning early. It is 4:30. Some of you in California, you're just getting in from work because I've done this before really early in the morning, and I've noticed, look at there, Sandy Rogers Robertson is awake. Darling, what are you doing up so early? I have to go to work, but I don't know why you're up. Joy, why are you up, Joy? You're watching, you said. Could you not sleep last night? Who is up? It's 4:30 in the morning at my house. I guess. Yes, that's what time it is. I'm over here looking at the clock. I got that big old case clock on the wall over there. See that red thing? Y'all see that? That's my clock, and I look at it all the time. Some of y'all don't work by the clock, but I do. I got up this morning at 3:30, and the reason I got up so early is because I woke up. And Dawn, if I wake up, I've got to get up, because if I lay there, I hurt. Do y'all ever do that? Hello from Kentucky. That's Angela Hash. I just got back from Kentucky. I spoke at 4 different events. It was wonderful. The Kentucky people are wonderful. They were so hospitable and loving, and I had a great time there. Thank you for inviting me to your state. I appreciate it. We had big crowds too. I talked in one of these, it was in Glasgow, I think, Kentucky. And Rita says, I'm up drinking coffee I've already had mine. I already had my coffee. But anyway, in Glasgow, Kentucky, I think it was, they had this theater. And it was built in the 1930s. And so when it was built in the 1930s, they restored it. And it was the one that had a balcony up here, and it had those little things that come out like this where special people sit, you know, like in an opera. It had those. Anyway, and a big bottom part of it. And it was full of people. And I enjoyed being there and everything. Y'all, see if I've cut my hair. Oh, I got too much blush right there. Let me smear that in a little bit. I enjoyed that, and I taught at listen at me. I spoke at Campbellville's Baptist Church, and a lot of wonderful ladies there too, men too. There were some men at that one. Had praise songs, and anyway, Andre, Carol, and Pam went with me, and we had the best time. But coming back, y'all, that was when that storm was coming through, the whole America just kind of doing like this, and we were in Kentucky and had to get back to Alabama, so we drove. And Andre drive some, I drive some, but you couldn't go fast because you couldn't see. It was raining so hard. I mean, if we got up to 45, we were doing good. That's the truth. Good morning, Joyce Raines. Lynn says, I like your hair. Y'all know sometimes I'll just go in that bathroom and I'll look at myself and I think, I fixed to cut my hair. So I just get the scissors and start whacking. Let me show you the back of it. I cut it in lengths, kind of. That's what I did. I can still get it up in a little bitty ponytail. Not very long. But the thing about hair is it grows back. It grows back. So you could experiment with it. Priscilla says, up every weekday at 3:30 a.m. Hubby breakfast and lunch. Gonna fix him something good. Well, that's great. There's Teresa and Sue this morning. Thank you for the compliment on my hair. It's not perfect, but it's there on my head. I want to tell y'all a little story. I had a book about it. I don't know what I've done with it. If you saw my house, you'd know why. But anyway, here's the story. And it's something I just kind of want you to think about just a little bit this morning. So early in the morning, I want you to think about it. Would you do that for me, Betty Smith Medley? She's from Kentucky this morning. She's from Barstrom, Kentucky. And there's Diane and Joanne this morning. I am really surprised. I really am. I am surprised that so many of you are up like me this morning. And you're up so early. Here's something I want to tell you before I tell the story, is this. You know, this is that tallow cream from Amish Farm Soap people. And it's face cream, and what it is made out of cow fat. Do you want to look like a cow? I'm kidding. But anyway, tallow is all natural. This has got castor oil in it, and coconut oil, and some other things that are natural. And it's a little jar that you don't use much. You just kind of do like that, get a little bit on your finger, and it is going to melt into your skin and protect it during the day. Don't use much, and it'll last a long time. But here's what they say they're going to do, and I want you to know about it. If you buy 3, they give you 1 free and free shipping. The reason he's doing this now is when hot weather gets here, you can't get it right there then. He's not going to ship it. And here's the reason. Because of the ingredients, it wants to melt sometimes in that hot weather as it's being shipped to you. Now, if you live in the north, you haven't got a problem. But in the south, we've got a problem. So he said, I'm just going to quit shipping it until cold weather comes again. So you want to go ahead and get yours. You buy 3, get 1 free, and you get free shipping. So I've got the website number on there under AmishFarmSoap.com, and you just press the bundle, and that way you can get it. Okay? Anyway, here's the story I want to tell you. Sandy, are you watching? I see you are. Oh, she's from Kansas. Oh, my gosh. It ain't even daylight there yet. Well, it's not daylight here either. Look out there. Look out there. It's dark. It's dark this morning. Here's the story I want to tell you. I just want you to think about it. There were 2 little babies in their mama. They were twins. They were happy in mama. And they weren't really interested in being born because they were happy inside mama. They were being made. Well, one little twin said to the other, do you think that there's life after birth? And the other one said, no, I don't. I believe there's life after birth. And the other one said, well, I do. I believe there's something after this. I believe there's life after birth. And the other one said, oh, it can't be. What do you think we're going to do outside of where we live right now? Do you think we're going to eat with our mouth? Well, no, we're going to eat with the umbilical cord. This is how we're fed. The other one says, well, I don't know what we're going to do after birth, but I think that we will be born. I think there's life after this. And he said, oh, no, we're comfortable in here. We've got everything we need. We've got nourishment. We're happy. And the other one said, yeah, but maybe we could use our legs for walking. Maybe we could talk with our mouth or something. Maybe we'll see things we've never seen before and can't even imagine. And the other one said, oh, no, we can't do that. There's no such thing as life after birth. And the other one said, well, I think there is. I think that we'll have life after birth. And they said, and the other one said, oh, no, if we knew there was life after birth, we could feel it. And the other one said, well, if you listen really close, I think that we're surrounded by love. And sometimes I hear things. And they said, you do? And they said, yes, I do. And the other one said, well, there's not life after our mother. And besides, we've never even seen our mother. We don't know that she exists. And the other little twin said, "Oh, I think she exists. I think she's all around us. Sometimes I just feel like she's all around us." And the other one said, "That's impossible. Who ever heard of such a thing as that?" Well, that's like heaven. God surrounds us. He surrounds us. And no, we can't see him. Just like those little babies can't see their mama. But she's there. She's taking care of them. She's nourishing them. She protects them. Those two little babies. And that's how the Lord is. He is all around us. If you'll just be quiet. You know, there's a verse that says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still and listen for the still, small voice that surrounds you, that takes care of you, that protects you until you find him. So I just want to say that I believe in life after death, just like those babies believe in life after birth. And it's just, I feel it. I feel it. I know it. The Creator created me, and he created you. And just because we don't know what heaven's like, and just because we don't know what we will be doing there, maybe we'll be seeing colors we've never seen before. And what we'll be able to do, we don't know yet. Just like those babies. You know, babies don't want to be born. They're happy where they are. They're warm. They're fed. They're loved. They move. But there is life after birth. There is a big life after birth with all kinds of adventures and all kinds of things and people to love you, people to laugh with and eat with and enjoy with. And there's life after death. The same is true. I just needed to share that with you this morning because I wanted to. Does that make sense? I wanted to. Good morning, Linda Waring. Good morning, Brenda. Your hair looks great. Hope you were having a nice morning. I am, honey. So far, so good. I'm fixed to make some gravy. I don't have much grease this morning to make my gravy with. I've used it all. But I'm fixing to make it. All right, so what you want to do, let me get us a little spoon. Turn on your eye on high. Turn your eye on high. We're going to make us some gravy. You can make any kind of gravy you want to, y'all. Any kind. I've got a little bit of grease in here. This is sausage grease. You could have chicken grease or whatever you wanted. Put it in your pan. I'm going to tell you about how much I'm putting in there. I don't have much. I got about 2 of those. That's about 2 or 3 tablespoons, I guess. I'm going to get every little bit out of there because I don't have hardly any this morning. All right. Now, as that melts, we're going to put some flour in it. You can use self-rising all-purpose flour. You can use self-rising flour or all-purpose flour, whichever one you have. I use White Lily. All right, come over here and look in the pan. I'm going to get you where you can see good, like that. Can y'all see? All right, let that melt, and then we're going to put some flour in it. You're usually supposed to put, if you put 2 tablespoons of grease, you can put 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour. So I'm fixing to do that. I'm going to get the all-purpose with this morning. We're going to put that in and we're going to stir it around a little bit. And I'm going to look at it to see if I think it can use more flour. I'm going to just kind of do it like that. I'm going to try to get those old knots out of it if you can. I think it can use just a tad bit more flour. Because, see, it's still pretty soupy. And the amount of flour you put in, it's going to kind of be the amount of gravy you have, because it's going to thicken up. Okay? Now I'm going to fill this thing right here up with water. And I'm also going to heat my bowl up. I've already got my oven set at 400 degrees because I fixed to cook sausage. You got to stir this continually like this, because you want to get it kind of brown, okay? You can make your gravy with all water, or you can make it with half water and half milk. I think I'll use a little milk today, but sometimes I don't. I just do it with water. See how it's getting browner? If you could make you some biscuits this morning and just make some gravy and just have gravy biscuits for breakfast, that would be so good. It would be so good. All right, that's brown enough. Now let me pour my water in. I'll show y'all how this works. You pour a little water in and keep it stirred. We're going to salt and pepper it after a while because I'm going to taste it. See how thick it's getting? I'll put just a little more water. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of milk just for flavor, okay? But it's really good like it is. I'm going to add whole milk because this is what I buy. I don't buy skim or 2%. I just get the real deal over here. All right. Now what we're going to do is let that just cook real slow like that. And I'm going to go ahead and add some salt because I know I'm going to need it. Because I used the white lily all-purpose and it doesn't have any salt in it. That's what I use for cake flour. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of salt. And I'm going to put some pepper in it. I like pepper in my gravy. Okay. Stir that up. And now I'm going to get my bowl to put it in. I'll show you what I'm going to get. When you think about gravy being made with grease, you're really not getting that much grease. If you know, I didn't put the 2 tablespoons in there. When you divide that out among whoever's going to eat it, they're not really eating much grease. They're mainly eating milk and water. But it tastes so good. All right, here's our bowl. We're going to put it in right here. This is a little brown pottery bowl. I love pottery. Isn't that pretty? This is an old-timey one, really old-timey. And I like it. I see some people, I put it in a 400-degree oven. It blew my hair up, didn't it? And I'm going to turn this down real low now and let that flour cook in there. And we'll turn it really low. If it gets too thick, add you just a little bit more water or milk, whichever one you want to do. All right, that's made. Let me taste it. I'll taste it with this spoon, but I got to get the grease off of it so I can get a true taste. And we'll see if it has enough salt and pepper on it. I love a gravy biscuit. I want to ask y'all something. I learned this at a place that I went. A little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. That's what we need, just a little bit. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hey, Judy. Judy Beard and Marilyn Smith is watching here this morning. And Mabel. Good morning, Mabel. Here's Ruth. Manuel. Good morning, Manuel. And Roseanne. And Betty. Y'all look. Here's somebody from Massachusetts. It's Kristen. Kristen, what are you doing up so early? What are you doing up, girl? Have you had your coffee? I hope so. All right, y'all. I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper because it seems like it needs it, but just a little. And I'm going to show you something after I add it. Just a little salt and a little pepper. It seems like it needed just a little bit, like that. Okay? Stir that around. And we've got us a nice pan of thick, beautiful gravy. I want to cook just a little longer. And since it's thick, I want to add just a tad more milk. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it to clump out on my biscuit. That person that was from Massachusetts this morning, let me get a different spoon. I want to show y'all something. I want to show you how thick it is. All right, so when you put your water in there and you cook it a while, see how thick the gravy is? Beautiful gravy. I'm going to put just a little bit more milk and let it simmer some with that salt in it. Or you could put water. Now remember, you could put either one you want. But I would put, when I first did it, I wouldn't do milk. I would do the water in it because milk sometimes wants to, I don't want to say clabber, but it does something. So put your water in it when you're first making the gravy. But if you want to add a little milk, you certainly can. All right, that's it. That's all it is to it. And I've got it turned down real low. And now I'm going to start doing my grits. So what I do on my grits is this. I use stainless steel and iron. That's the two cookwares I use. I use stainless and I use iron. That's it. Other than casserole dishes, I got glass. All right, so here are my grits. I get them in a big bag, and I get any kind will work, just any kind. I've got 13 people today, so do y'all see that right there? That's about maybe 2 tablespoons. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, I'm going to eat some of them too, so I'm going to fix me one more for me. All right. Then I add my water. Can you wait on me just a minute? Can you wait on me? Let's see. You're making, she says, you're making me hungry. Love some grits. I do too. I love grits. And here they are, and I'm going to fill it up about halfway with the water, and I'll show you how that works. When you get your water in your pan, you want to make sure that you stir it good. Now, let me get it going here. Okay, I've got my water about halfway in my pan, and this is something else that you can do. You can add, and I'm going to turn it on high till I get it going, and then I'll turn it down low. I'm going to get me some butter to put in there. And I usually use, in mine, I use a whole stick of butter. And at the very end of it, once they're tender and good, and they take a long time to cook, about 35 minutes or so, then you can put you some cream cheese in it. Okay, I'm going to put a whole stick of butter in there. In the grits. And I'm going to get me a good spatula, and I am going to stir it good. Now, it's important that you stir it at the beginning because you want to get it all mixed in with your water. I'm also at this time going to add some salt. Now, you're not going to get to see the ending product, so let me just tell you something. Don't be in a hurry to get your grits done. Just cook them a long time. When they start getting thick in there, and they will, and you don't want it watery like this, so you don't want it hadn't even thickened up. But once you cook them, they will start getting thick in there, and maybe you want to cook them a little longer because they're not quite done or something like that. That is the time that you can add milk to it. Whole milk or whatever you do. And grits, I had somebody to ask me what they were. They were from another country, so let me explain it. Grits are ground up corn. Here they are. You take corn and you grind it up, and that's what grits are. And they're really good with gravy over the top of it. Have y'all ever done that? It's good. It's good. But I do want you, for those of you who are just coming in now, this cream, this tallow, cow fat cream, is all natural. And I've got it on right now. It's going to hold some moisture in my face as the day goes on. I got a lot to do today. The Amish farm soap people, I call him Steve, the soap man. His name is Steve. They're running a special. You buy 3, you get 1 free, and free shipping. And the reason they're doing a big sale is because he can't ship it in hot weather because it turns to a liquid because of the fat that's in it. So he said everybody needs to buy theirs and put them in their house, and so they'll have it until fall comes again, and then he's going to sell it again. That's what he told me. So that's what he said, and I'm sticking to it. All right, that's done. And let's get our bowl out and put our gravy in our bowl. I'm going to stir it one more time just to see if it's too thick. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Seems like it's still just a tad thick. I'm going to turn it on high. All right, the grits are boiling now. Give them a quick stir. I'm going to get it hot again since I just put that water in it. And I am fixed to put this in my bowl. It is ready. Well, that wasn't hard, was it? Now we need to do is make our biscuits, and we're home free. And I've got some pretty eggs over here. Don't let them roll out. That someone sent me. They have chickens. I don't have any chickens, but my daughter does. My daughter Hannah has chickens. Sometimes she gives them to me. But those are for me. I got some bought chicken eggs in there I'm going to give to. All right, let's put this in our bowl. Now, to put this in your bowl, you know, pottery has been at a real high temperature. So you can, I'm going to sit it on something. So you can have your bowl hot. Please don't put hot stuff in cold bowls. Who ever heard of such? Get your bowl out that's 400 degrees. Sit it on the counter over here and pour your hot gravy in it, and it's going to stay hot. Because I'm going to sit it on this back eye over here. I'm also going to cover it with, some tin foil so that it'll just stay hot. I'm going to tell you what my mama did. All her life, that I could see her, she would put her hand over her coffee cup to keep her coffee warm. She always did that. Okay, I'm going to cover it now with this, like that, and keep it really warm. I can't touch the bowl because it's so hot. I'm going to sit it back here on this back eye. You know how you've got an eye that the heat comes out of your oven with? Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit it right back there. It's going to stay warm. I'm going to stir my grits again. All right. I'm going to turn it down now that it's boiling. I'm going to turn my grits down some. And give it a good stir. They're already thickening up. See there? Oh, man, they're going to be good. I'm going to turn it down real low. And as it cooks, I'm going to add either water or milk to it and let it sit here and steam and cook for about 35 minutes, something like that. Turn that eye off. So, let's see who's on here. Hey, Della. Hey. And there's Max Kramer. Doreen and Linda. Good morning, Linda and Liza and Terry Horn. K-O-R-N, Corn. Somebody said it's 6 o'clock where they live. Well, it was 4:30 when I started this live video. I can tell you that. Good morning, Miss Brenda. I hope you have a wonderful day. I do too, darling. I'm going to get outside and play today. And put on some old clothes. This is a new bracelet somebody sent me. Isn't it cute? I hadn't got it on any rings because I've got baked biscuits. I can't wear them. Rings if I'm trying to cook. I can wear them later. I've got some pretty ones. George used to buy me some pretty rings when he was living, and I loved them. Yes, I've cut my hair. Good morning, Candy. I had a little friend when I was little. Her name was Candy. Now I've grown and I have another friend that's named Candy. All right, this is getting thick now, so here's how you do it. When it starts getting thick like this and you're not ready to serve it and it's a little too thick, that's when you add your water or your milk. Let's add a little milk today in that one. Okay? We want our breakfast to be good this morning. You will love grits. But I only use cast iron and stainless steel. That's my cookware. Other than sometimes you make a casserole and I use, my glass casserole dishes. That's what I cook in. I have a really big stainless steel pot that I make big soups in. Like when it's summer and you're making a huge vegetable soup that you want to freeze it and put it in the freezer and have you some. All right, I got that turned down. All right, so I guess I'll go unless, I don't know. Y'all want me to stay on a little longer so you can finish your coffee. It's 6 o'clock. Good morning from Canada. Good morning, Canada. Good morning. There's Jeanette. Hello from Gainsborough. I noticed when we were driving through Kentucky, there's a lot of things that's called Berg. And there's a lot of things that's called Berg all over this United States. Like Gatlinburg or Gildersburg or something. It'll have the word Berg on the end of it. When George and I married, he used to say, he'd be talking about somewhere, and he said, oh, it's just a little burg. And I wondered why he said that, because I never had said it. But now that I've traveled a little bit, I've noticed that there's a lot of things that end with the word Berg, B-U-R-G. You got Gettysburg, Deepburg, and a Ville, Maplesville. So a lot of titles of things end with the word Berg or Ville. Would you agree with that? Here's Joan from Texas. How are the cowboys in Texas? Are they tall and beautiful? Here's Ann April Petway. Here's somebody writing in from Colorado. And here's Judy and Dora and Cindy. And she's from Ethelsville. See, I told you. So, those of you who didn't get to see the beginning of this, I wish you'd go back and comment what I wrote about the babies in their mama's tummy, the 2 twin babies. If you didn't get to see the first of it, go back and look at that. It's 9 o'clock Thursday, somewhere, Melbourne, Australia. 9 o'clock at night? I didn't get to see that part. Pennsylvania, loving watching you. Good morning from East Central Indiana. Good morning. And here's Joan this morning, and Brenda and Della. Good morning, Della and Clara. I've got to go, y'all. Got too many irons in the fire this morning. Y'all know what that means? In the olden days, you had a cast iron that you would iron your clothes with. And every family had about 4 or 5 of them. And so they would sit them up right next to the fireplace with the flat part pushing against the fireplace like that in the fireplace, because they had no electricity, okay? My mother had flat irons. So you put them up there, and you took a hot pad and grabbed the handle of a rag or something, grabbed the handle of the iron, and you ironed your clothes real pretty. When it got cold and it wasn't working anymore, you put it back by the fire, got you another one that's good hot, and ironed some more. So when it says, I've got too many irons in the fire, what that means is that you're ironing and you got 5 or 6 of them there and you're busy ironing and you've got too many irons in the fire to be going out to here or doing this or doing that. In other words, you're working and there's too many irons in the fire for you to goof off. You got to do it while the iron is hot. Okay, that's what that means. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and know that I enjoyed going to Kentucky and seeing all those people, and we actually spent the night in Tennessee coming back because it was so stormy that we felt like we needed to stop and sleep somewhere and just start fresh the next morning. And everything in the back of my truck got wet. I had one of those things that go across it, but the weather was so bad, I don't know what happened. I got to take it up there and have it checked. Maybe it came loose. I don't know, with all that wind and stuff. I don't really know what happened, but we're going to check it out. And I hope y'all will go to Cooking with Brenda Gantt. That's my Facebook page. And I hope you'll follow me there. That will be a good thing. And remember, this is a special day. It's another day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Can y'all say that with me? This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. The other verse we want to leave you with today is this one right here. Right there. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew the right spirit within me. Psalms 51:10. I think that sometimes we get down and out and we're in a valley. And we need to remember that this is the day the Lord has made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it. And created me a pure heart. That's what we need, a pure heart. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hug those that you see today. Build them up. You have an influence. You can make somebody's day today by just how you act toward them. So don't be stingy with your smiles. Don't be stingy with your hugs. And use them for the Lord. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Don't forget to order your cream now, because it won't be, you can't order it in the summertime. It'll be too late. Love y'all. Bye-bye.